Did you know that Brian Chesky, the visionary co-founder of Airbnb, once struggled so much that he couldn't even pay rent and survived by selling cereal boxes just to keep his dream alive? This is the untold motivational story of Brian Chesky, a man who went from being a broke designer with no direction to leading one of the most revolutionary companies in the hospitality industry. Born in 1981 in Niskayuna, New York, Brian grew up in a modest household with no big financial safety net and no obvious path to entrepreneurial success. As a child, he loved drawing, creativity, and design, but the world didn't take him seriously. Many dismissed him as unrealistic and told him that artists and designers never made it big. He graduated from the Rhode Island School of Design, but unlike many who found jobs, Brian faced rejection after rejection. At one point, he moved to San Francisco with his friend Joe Gebbia, only to find himself drowning in bills, unable to pay rent, and unsure of what to do with his life. This was his breaking point. Broke, doubted, and on the edge of giving up. But instead of quitting, Brian turned his failures into stepping stones. When a design conference filled all the hotels in the city, Brian and Joe saw an opportunity. What if people could rent out their apartments to strangers? They set up a small website called Air Bed and Breakfast, offering air mattresses in their living room with breakfast included. Everyone mocked the idea. Investors laughed them out of meetings, and people said, "No one will ever let strangers stay in their home." Even when they tried to raise money, they were rejected by dozens of venture capitalists. To survive, they famously sold cereal boxes labeled Obama-O's and Captain McCain's during the 2008 U.S. elections, just to keep Airbnb alive. But Brian refused to give up. He believed in the vision that one day people would trust strangers enough to share homes worldwide. The turning point came when Airbnb started gaining traction during big events where hotels were full, and slowly, people realized the platform offered not just affordable stays, but also authentic travel experiences. With persistence, improved design, and relentless effort, Chesky and his team grew Airbnb from a scrappy startup mocked by many into a global giant worth billions. Today, Airbnb operates in over 190 countries, valued at more than $70 billion, and has redefined the entire hospitality industry. From selling cereal boxes to leading one of the world's most impactful companies, Brian Chesky's journey proves that failure is not the opposite of success, it is the foundation of it. His story is a reminder that no matter how many rejections you face, no matter how hopeless your situation looks, persistence, creativity, and belief in your dream can turn even the biggest failures into fortune. So the next time you think your dream is impossible, remember Brian Chesky, the man who turned air mattresses into a multi-billion-dollar empire.